Hello! Today we're going to make vegetarian dolmas, which is inspired by Turkish cuisine. We're going to take brine grape leaves and some vegetables. And we're going to stuff them with some rice stuffing and then cook them in vermicular pot. Okay, let's start with prepping vegetables first. So, first ingredient, mushrooms. I like to take this part off. I'm not gonna throw this out, I'm gonna use them, but this will create perfect hollow for me to put stuffing in. One more, that, and onions too, right there. And then run the spoon inside like that. Now, if you find this very difficult with onions, you can cook onion in boiling water until it softens a little bit, and then you do the same and it will come out much easier. Don't break the outer layer. That's what you're looking for. Make sure we save all these too. Make stuffing with that. Moving on to baby squash. Ideally, we want to keep all the vegetables about inch thickness. So as you can see, mushrooms and onions are pretty much same height. If you have melon baller, it might be easier to work with that. Zucchini, inch. If you have like any vegetables that you want to stuff with other than what I have here, go for it. I'm pretty sure it'll work out fine. Okay, this has a little bit of heat. If you use something spicy, the whole pot is gonna be spicy. So if you don't want any heat at all, I would go for something like bell pepper. These, stuffing, okay, don't throw them out, right? Tomatoes. Perfect for stuffing. Let me show you some close-up of this thing. How beautiful this is. Oh, look at it. Now that vegetables are prepped, I'm going to make stuffing, and it's very easy. So remember all these little vegetables that you saved? There's mushrooms. So we're going to cut them very small, basically like minced. Zucchini scraps. If you have no time to do this, you can just chop them all up in a food processor. Traditionally, you can make this with meat too. You pre-cook the meat a little bit, add a little bit of spices and onion, stuff them back in the vegetables and cook them all together. But I'm just keeping it vegetarian today. Any vegetables will work, but I think you should have tomatoes and mushrooms. So if you're not using meat, you need to substitute that strong flavor by something else. And mushrooms and tomatoes have a lot of that amino acid that gives a lot of flavor. This is about a little less than a cup or so of mixed vegetables. Okay, I'm gonna put this back in the bowl. In here, I'm going to add rice. So I soaked about half a cup, which has expanded to 2/3 of a cup since it's been soaked for 2 hours. You need to soak for 2 hours so the rice will cook much faster. This is very important because the rice and vegetables needs to finish cooking at the same time. If you don't soak the rice, you'll overcook the vegetables and these vessels you made will literally fall apart. Let's drain this rice. So that's what you're looking for, about same ratio of vegetables to rice, right? I'm just gonna dump the whole thing in here. Some pepper, little cumin, half a teaspoon, and cinnamon. A little less than half a teaspoon, 1/8. And I'm going to add little chili flakes here, because I like spice. Dealing with salt, 2 teaspoonish. Rice, spice, vegetables. Mix them all together. That's it, that's my filling, easy. Now on to grape leaves. Oh, it's hard for them to come out. Okay, and then just rinse it a couple times so that brine will wash off. Otherwise, it will be too salty. This. Now, you see there's this stem right here. That part is always little stringy, chewy, fibery. Stack them all up and cut that part off. So what you're left with is something like this. I'm going to start wrapping the grape leaves with the stuffing. We're going to wrap it so the shiny side is exterior and the veiny side as the interior. Shiny surface down on the cutting board and put a little bit of this rice stuffing. I'm not putting that much rice inside. Rice will expand a lot as it cooks. So if you stuff too much in there, your wrapping is gonna break. I'm going to make about 12 of them. So that's about how much rice you want, not a lot. And if you have smaller leaves like this, just put 2 together and wrap it as if it was one leaf. Same idea, right? So don't stuff too much, so it kind of looks loose and there's a lot of open space. And this guy, because it doesn't have a bottom, I'm going to take a little bit of this grape leaves, shove it inside, and put your stuffing on top. Now we're moving on to vermicular pot. Place a sheet of parchment paper on the bottom of your pot and pour a little bit of olive oil. I'm going to place one of each vegetables here in the middle, and I'm going to put grape leaves around. So I'm going to add water to about the height of where the grape leaves are, and we're going to start cooking this. The boiling water is going to move the Dolmas around, so we need a method to keep them from moving and unwrapping. Using an upside down plate is probably the most popular, but in Japan, we have something cool like this. This is called otoshibuta. Literal translation is dropping lid or a lid that falls, because we're going to cook this in low heat for 30 minutes. Okay? So rice should be cooked by now. So we're going to add lemon juice and olive oil to this. I love the smell of this otoshibuta. I know I'm making Turkish inspired or Mediterranean inspired food, but kind of makes me feel like I'm making Japanese food at the same time. Weird. Put this up, see? Beautiful. See how you can see the Dolmas has expanded a little bit? Now, just want to make sure the rice is cooked. Yeah, it's nice and tender, it's cooked. Okay, so we're getting there, we're not quite done yet. We're just gonna add more flavor. Use half a lemon. Juice them. Okay, and add in here the seeds and olive oil. Maybe quarter cup, a good amount. And make sure there's enough liquid in there so that it won't burn, because you're basically gonna cook this for another 50 minutes or so until all the flavors are absorbed by the vegetables. So total cooking time is about 45 minutes. 30 minutes to fully cook the vegetables and rice, and another 15 minutes to enhance the flavor. This extra step is important because I don't want to cook the lemon juice in oil too long. The nice acidity from the lemon will just disappear if you cook too long, and it won't have that fresh acidic flavor from the lemon and nice citrusy aroma. That will all be gone if you cook it too long. As we're waiting for the vegetables to be cooked, I'm going to chop some herbs that will be used as finishing touch. So just rough chop them, really rough. I don't like chopping herbs too fine because I feel like it just loses the purpose. It loses the aroma, it loses the flavor. So as opposed to having a too fine chop, which is pretty and a lot of fine dining restaurants do that, I like to keep them chunky. Hey, it's done. Look at that, gorgeous. The colors, man, the colors from tomato and squash, and it's so summery. It's so summery? Summer-ish? Summer-y? Summer... Then I'm gonna drizzle a little bit of this dressing. This has the flavor of lemon juice and olive oil and all the flavor from vegetables. So I don't want to lose any of this cooking liquid. You can serve it with little maybe hummus. You can serve it with tzatziki. You can use BABAGANOUSH, but anything would work. And maybe little pita on the side. Perfect. Finish this with fresh herbs that we just chopped. And this is it. So you can serve it hot like that, or cool it down and you can serve it cold as an appetizer too. And it's so easy to make too. Once you have the stuffing made, you just wrap them and cook them all together. That's it. I'm really liking how it looks. Thanks for watching.